Greetings dear blah blah blasters and welcome back to my channel. I am Mr. Blah 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 and today we delve into a topic that touches our hearts and ignites our passion for justice and human rights. Remember that English is not my first language, so I apologize in advance if there are pronunciation mistakes or if I have a very strong accent. Imagine this: an archaic practice, a ruthless injustice, a flagrant violation of the most fundamental rights. I am talking about the so-called conversion therapies. In our episode of today, we will immerse ourselves in the testimony of Grag Queen, the iconic host of Drag Race Brasil, where on this occasion she shared with all her fans a painful and deeply personal reality, her experience with conversion therapies. Prepare yourselves for a story that reminds us the importance of fighting against these atrocious practices that go against everything we believe in and defend as human beings. So without further ado, let's get started with the information. Grag Queen, the host of the Brazilian Drag Race spin-off, has spoken out about being forced to undergo conversion therapy. The drag queen rose to fame as the winner of the first season of the short-lived singing competition Queen of the Universe, and she later hosted the inaugural season of Drag Race Brasil. Speaking in support of the short film The Cure, which was inspired by the investigative work of journalist Marcos Sergio Silva, and the book Gay Cure, There is no cure for what is not a disease, by author Jean Ícaro, Grag Queen spoke openly about her own experiences. Conversion therapy refers to attempts to forcibly change an individual's sexuality or gender identity, which is impossible. The methods used are often psychologically and physically harmful. Speaking in a YouTube video titled Sobreviviente da Cura Gay, which translates to Conversion Therapy Survivor, the drag star detailed how her mother was called out to school to question her about her son's behavior. Grag Queen, whose real name is Gregory, was sent to a shepherd to be healed. Grag Queen spoke openly in the video.
I heard my father say that he would rather have a dead son than a gay son. They sent me to these places. I was fasting. I remember I fasted for periods of 7 hours, all on the number 7 because it was the number of perfection. And I had to kiss girls, I had to date girls, go against this demon. Then we started doing more specific treatments that had a brochure with photos of brains that were so rotten that we saw testimonies of trans women who had become shepherds to remove their breasts. They told us, look, you might have a family. They had this method where we stood in line with our eyes closed and they gave us electric shocks. There was a session where they wet our mouths, wet our heads and electrocuted us many times while we had to repeat it over and over again, I'm not gay.
The film reports that in Brazil, 1 in 3 therapists attempts to refer LGBTQ+ patients to some form of conversion therapy. In 2017, Judge Waldemar Claudio de Carvalho annulled a 1999 resolution of the Federal Council of Psychology that prohibited the treatment of homosexuality by psychologists, effectively calling homosexuality a disease, and legalizing gay cure therapy. Several LGBTQ+ rights groups have condemned the government for their continued delays. Blah blah blasters, this is why it is important for us to participate in the actions to make visible and fight for the rights of our community, which is why we invite you to contact groups in your locality and join all the causes to improve the lives of the LGBTQ+ community.